And hopefully everyone has come in. Y'all, I have to introduce you guys to Erin Norman. Erin is
Hello.
yeah, hi Erin. Erin's the founder of the Share Studio. So it's an amazing place where filmmakers can get paid. So I was really excited to bring Erin in and I wanted us to talk to her. So why do filmmakers need something like the Share Studio?
Well, because the gatekeepers have the doors unlocked. Independent filmmakers don't have financial sustainability in
Mm,
their careers. And I believe that we have the IP, we do the hard work. I always say we are the power, but they manage the power. And so we built
yes.
a platform to give creators back the power and let them know like we can greenlight ourselves. We can, profit share. We can do all of these things that create longevity for our careers and just change the financial structure in Hollywood. That's the
Yeah,
goal.
because Obsession, y'all heard about the that crew member from Obsession who was upset because the movie's made like, I don't know, $200 million and she got paid $6,000. So
Yes.
does Share solve that problem?
So it's interesting that you say that because we tell people imagine if that was made on Share. So imagine if he had a budget, he had an investor, he came and he put his project on Share. He hired the director, art director. Oh, he was the director. I'm sorry, art
Yeah,
director, gaffer, his whole
yeah,
entire casting crew, and he gave everybody equity. Not
yeah.
everybody gets the same, but to his discretion, he negotiated back in points, paid everyone a salary still, but also gave them equity in the project. Imagine right now that film is on its way to what, $400 million.
Wow.
Imagine if every single person that worked on the film got paid, and they got paid a little bit of money because that was independent film. So they got
Yeah.
paid for their labor and they got to experience that success. That is incredible.
So that was a $750,000 budget
Mm-hmm.
and it went on to go crazy like that.
Yep.
Walk us through the mechanics. How would that work if I put my project on Share and it goes
Mm-hmm.
into the theaters and it does those numbers?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work on the platform?
So it really like every deal is different. So
Hmm.
obviously, if I come in and I have a $300,000 horror film, right?
Right.
And I have $300,000, my uncle gave it to me. And he's like, look, I want my money plus 50%. The rest of that 50% pool, I
Hmm.
can use that after, giving knowing that the initial revenue goes back to the investor and,
Hmm.
traditional Hollywood in that sense. And then he gets his 50%. The rest of that pool, I have now allocated to my entire cast and crew. So we all share in that success after the investor gets their money back. But the
Hmm.
idea is to kind of be like Christopher Nolan with his first film. He,
Okay.
made his first movie with 7,000. Issa Rae did Awkward Black Girl. Is
Yep.
to tell filmmakers stop waiting. Like just, I saw your post the other day about the phone. It's like just get started.
Yeah.
You could do so much right now. So even if you don't have a big budget, let's say I live in Ohio. I don't know a lot of filmmakers, but I joined Share because I want to do a horror film. I'm going to use my cousin's Airbnb. I can only pay y'all $50 and some pizza, but let's go.
Yeah.
We can all come together. I can negotiate
Right.
back end points and say, I'm going to give you this because now we could put it on YouTube. We could put it on
Hmm.
Share Watch, which is something later, but now
We'll
we
get
can
into
monetize
that.
our work.
We're going to get
Yeah,
into that.
we'll
I'm
get
very
into
excited
that, but
about Share Watch. Yes.
oh,
Okay.
yeah, we're so excited. But we're thinking about ways to let people know that you can start right where you are, and we're
Yeah.
building the infrastructure for that creator economy.
So Cher does a lot of things for the filmmaker. So
Mhm.
it seems like let me figure out how to ask this in a question. Hold on, let me figure this out. Wait. Because there's a way I want to put this, like, because we talk about Cher does crowdfunding. You can get a job on Share. Like you can crew up on Share. So
Yep.
basically this seems like you created a tool for filmmakers for the new way of filmmaking, kind of the new Hollywood. And talk about all the things that it does.
So our platform is like a new studio system. That's why we're called Share Studio.
Hmm.
We want to do equity crowdfunding down the line, but that's SEC law, so we're not doing that yet.
Okay,
But it
hold on,
is
time
one of
out.
our
I feel
plans.
like we have to explain equity crowdfunding versus crowdfunding real quick.
Oh,
I just want to make sure we break
yes.
that down. So
Okay.
crowdfunding in a traditional sense, is like a Kickstarter platform, Indiegogo, Seed and Spark, where people
Yep.
donate their money in for a poster, a pen, a shout out, what
Yep.
have you. But essentially, they're giving you the money. But
Yes.
equity crowdfunding is different. Talk about how it's different.
So equity crowdfunding is basically allowing everyday people to invest in your project for equity on the back end. So Start Engine and We Fund are kind of the two big ones right
Hmm.
now. But now everyday people, instead of just donating money and getting that red carpet or the credit in the film, they can actually invest. And that is really, to me, a very powerful thing that filmmakers should be thinking about right now, because it's a difference when someone wants to come and support your movie because they know you,
Hmm.
but when you're also saying you can own a piece of this, you can
Right.
own a piece of this project. You like movies, you like this, own a piece of it.